Hello, I'm Ron Tripke. I am one of the mobile training unit instructors. Welcome aboard. What I like about my work is that I get to do a variety of different things within my responsibilities in my role as instructor. At times get to do on-road training and see what they're doing. I also have the privilege of instructing a PDIC course. For those of you who may not know, Professional Driver Improvement Course. I also have the privilege and honor to be an instructor on the mobile training unit. With this unit, we get to travel across the country to all the divisions and just bring refresher training to all of our existing operators. Give them the opportunity to put themselves in scenarios that they could find themselves in the real world, but in a virtual world. Now we're in the back half of the coach. This is our mobile classroom. You'll notice also that there's a monitor mounted on this side of the coach here. This is where operators stay and observe their fellow operators who are driving behind the simulator. Over here, this is the operator station. So as instructors, this is where we are. Let me take you now to the best seat in the house. This is the driving simulator. As you can see, there are 3 screens before us. This is what the drivers experience when they're on the simulator. So here we'll have somebody come with a cab out of a parking lot, just totally out of the blue. And then we're going to have somebody approaching a stop sign, and they're going to run right through it. How often do we experience people running a red light? Just like this one. Operators always must be prepared to give up the right of way. Expect the unexpected. So this is what we do on the mobile training unit. This is probably the best organization that anybody in this industry could wish to work for. What keeps me here? It's the family atmosphere. We all care about each other. These core values that Mr. Colborne brought forward, this is something for everybody to live by. Every one of these. We all got to be safe. We all got to be resourceful. We got to have a positive attitude in life. Being loyal, we're accountable. We gotta have respect for each other. But of course, that just doesn't happen immediately. We have to earn that. Not only that, we're dedicated. We're dedicated. We get treated very well here. As a result, we are dedicated to what our responsibilities are. Not only that, but the importance of teamwork in our industry is massive. It's huge. We need to work together as a team. There's no I in team. We hear this in professional sports all the time. That's exactly the way it has to be here. And also the integrity factor. We need to be honest and be truthful with each other. That in turn will earn our respect from others as well. The last one, definitely not the least one, but vitally important, is provide good customer service. If we're providing good customer service, our clients will flock back to us. January 11th is my first day back to work this year. And we had scheduled an MTU meeting for the instructors. And all of a sudden, the HR team comes in. So they sit down, and Darren just kind of nonchalantly says, Ron, you know, I expect a lot out of you, right? I said, well, yeah. I expect a lot out of myself. He says, just so that you know why we're gathered like this, just wanted to let you know that all of your colleagues here at the CIE nominated you to be the RB Colborne nominee for us.
Ron demonstrates a strong work ethic. His time on the MTU has truly shown his dedication, and he works hard to ensure the trainees come out with a greater knowledge. He's a role model for other employees, and he puts in 100% to the work he does on the MTU.
Ron treats his customers, management, and coworkers with respect and dignity.
Ron has been with PWT for 22 years. Not only does he display loyalty to the company, but also to his customers, trainees, and his team at the CIE.
Ron has the ability to adapt to change and unexpected situations. Ron is one to think outside the box when it comes to the different learning styles of his trainees.
Ron is very upbeat towards trainees and his co-workers. He always takes an optimistic and positive approach into everything he does.
Ron is trusted by his coworkers, trainees, and customers. Ron is known for his honesty and integrity to do the right thing.
Ron is a team player. He loves to work with others towards a common goal. Ron has also been a huge part of building PWT's safety culture through his teaching on the MTU.
Ron is known for taking ownership for what he does. He always makes sure to follow through.
And not 30 seconds later, after hearing this news, Darren announces to everyone, oh, and Ron is also the recipient of the RB Colborne Award for this year. Everybody who knows me knows that I'm never speechless. Well, trust me, folks. I was completely speechless. The influences on my career, on my life. I'd have to look at, back in my early days here in the busing industry, to my instructor, Bob Hedberg. That man took us out. He showed us exactly what we needed to do. I will never forget the first time I sat behind the wheel of a coach, put it into motion, and brought it onto the highway and started driving. I have to look to the Red Arrow Group. Big influence, big time. I look at corporate. I look at Mr. Colborne himself, what he stood for, as I said before. Mike, taking over for your father. Remarkable, the work that you've done in leading this corporation. Rick, Lynn, Catherine, all of you have a big part in this corporation, and as a result, have had an influence in my life as well. I look now at our CIE, our group here. It's an influence. On a personal level, there are a number of people who have been a great influence on my life. First off, as a child, my parents, my best friend, my wife has been such a rock. She's solid for me, and she's who I lean on day in and day out. She's been there for me every step of the way. Of course, my kids, and they're all sitting here tonight. I love you guys, all of you. Proud of you. Continue going in your direction. My in-laws mean the world to me. Not everybody can say that, but I can. They're like parents to me. How do I define success in my work? If I look at an operator, for example, a student line operator in Peterborough, or a transit operator in Milton, somewhere far east, or a student operator in Whitehorse, a coach operator in Edmonton or Calgary, or in Fort McMurray. Across the country, I think I've had a bit of an influence to ensure that drivers are always making it their goal to be safe out there. And with that in mind, I want to conclude, folks. The biggest success that we can have as a company, as individuals, is to make sure that we follow the number one core value, and that is to be safe at all times. Because if we're safe, then we can also follow up on all the rest of the core values. They all fall hand in hand.